I knew that I wanted to call this album Romance before I was even in the studio writing it. You know, I remember writing like a manifesto for what I wanted the album to make people feel and how I wanted it to make me feel. And I knew, because of what I was living at the time, that all the songs were going to be about love and being in love. I was in my first serious relationship at the time when I kind of came up with the idea for Romance and making an album that was just dedicated to love in all its phases, and, you know, falling in love and out of love and heartache and confusion and all of those feelings. And so I thought of it as like, oh, what kind of show and world do I want to take my fans into on tour? And I was like, it's going to be a world of love. It's going to be romance. First 3 songs I wrote were First Man, which I wrote in Nashville about my dad, and that was the first song I wrote for the album. And I was so happy with it because I feel like I set an intention to just kind of just be as, I don't know, as vulnerable as possible. And that is definitely the proudest I've ever been of writing a song, is First Man. So that was the first song that kicked off the process. Then I wrote Living Proof and Dream of You in the same week. I mean, all 3 of those I feel like are just so me. And I think anytime I'm writing an album, I'm just trying to get the most me out of it as I can. My favorite lyric on the entire album, I think I like All I Do the Whole Day Through Is Dream of You, because I feel like that's very me. The songwriting process for the album is usually, I mean, sometimes it changes, but I usually have a bunch of lyrics on my phone that I just kind of will jot down now, every day, really. And then when I'm in the studio, I'll just kind of scroll through my phone, and it might be that I don't remember if I wrote that lyric that morning or if it was just in my phone and I was feeling that day. But that's how that happened, and that's kind of what the main idea for the song was. And then everything else I just wrote that day. I definitely see Shawn and I collaborating again in the future. I mean, sometimes when we're together, we'll just kind of write songs for fun. We kind of never get around to finishing them, but for sure we'll write another song together.